Aubrey here from Midas Touch Media, and we're back with video number 3, the kitchen. So today we're gonna look at how to build the kitchen in my DIY minivan. Okay guys, so believe it or not, I've used up so much of that plank wood that I found, and I gotta go back to some of my pallet wood. But so this is still the free wood that I got from those initial pallets. This is from that older pallet. It had a lot of really good thin solid wood pieces, and they kind of got this cool like rustic look. So this is what I'm going to be using as the back to separate the kitchen area from the bedroom. So I'm a big believer, before you do anything, you got to lay it out and see what it's going to look like. So what I've done here is I've taken those planks from the pallets and I've got them lined up. My shortest pallet here is going to be this one, and it measures right at 36 inches. And I went ahead and I numbered them. So if you can see here in pencil, I numbered the boards so I know which order they're going to fit in like this again. The next thing I'm going to do, however, is I'm going to cut all of these planks to be even, so they're all going to match this height right here, which is that 36 inches. Okay, so before I mark everything, I'm going to take out my 10 piece and my 1 piece, because those are the pieces on the end, and because my van kind of has that lip that comes up, those are going to be cut at a different length. Now that I've got everything cut and lined up, I'm going to be securing this board into here. It's not currently, it's just resting on those two. But I'm going to be screwing this one into there, as well as this one up here. So they're going to go parallel. I've got these pieces screwed in, one up here, one down here. And that's where we're going to screw in these additional boards. It's very important during this step that you use shorter screws so that it doesn't poke through the back and into your living space. Okay, and now that everything's secure, we've got the backwash for the kitchen. I decided to leave these two things long because I'm trying to hook up maybe some sort of magnets for spices or something, some sort of storage up there. But this still allows me to be able to see out my back window. And this is what it looks like when I look out my rear view mirror. The GoPro's kind of still in the way, but you can completely see everything that you need to see. Alright, I'm gonna make a YouTube video. Papa, you want to say hi to YouTube?
Hello, YouTube.
Next thing that I'm going to be building here is a countertop. So what I've done is I've taken the legs of these pallets and I'm going to use them as the legs for a table that I'm going to make. So I'm going to use some of this plywood that I have left over from the bed, and I'm going to use the legs of the pallet. So for the top extra piece of plywood, I've measured out that I'm going to be using 15 inches, and that's 15 inches by 4 feet. So now before I screw everything in, I've got it all set up, undone, see, to play around with my design a little bit. This height works best for me. Like I said, I'm relatively tall, and it still gives me access to all of these under compartments here. While maintaining storage, I opted for the wider legs because I don't really need this center support. I'm not going to be putting in shelves or things like that. I'm kind of going to leave this pretty much empty and put in my own storage underneath. So this for me works out pretty well. So now I'm going to screw everything in. Super simple. I secured it in by a nail and a screw under each one of the legs here, and then I reinforced it back here and screwed the screw into the backsplash, so it's all tight and it all fits together. Okay, I'm gonna be very minimal. I'm not gonna be doing a lot of plumbing and electric. First step for me is gonna be cutting a hole for this bowl here. I went through with a hole cutter, I guess, and put that in the center. I'm gonna come back around with a jigsaw and cut around. There's the jigsaw, and this is the hole we have cut. I'm gonna be putting linoleum over it, so there's a little bit of a gap, but it fits in my cute little bowl. I went through and I secured, again, similar to the floor, a staple seam all around here just to hold down the linoleum. And this is what it looks like. Okay, so I made this work. So what I did is after I jigsawed it and laid down the linoleum, I made a nice little seam here of staples. I'm sure there's probably a more aesthetic way to do it. However, I opted for the cheap and easy version. Then I cut these little flabs of the linoleum so that my bowl here can just sit right in. And just like that, I have a kitchen sink. And I can replace the bowl if need be. So I've got some handles and hinges here that have been refurbished. I also went ahead and cut some of, this is all the same piece of plywood. I had about 11 inches wide worth of the plywood left, so what I did is I cut it into two 18-inch sections, and those are going to act as a pop-out kind of island thing in the back of the kitchen.